Give me the cash.
Go ahead.
Give it to me. All of it.
All right, let me tell you because you're acting crazy. Stop. Stop.
Relax,
And you're being investigated.
being detained?
Just-
I don't see any of this. What do you want?
All right, what you need? Go ahead.
In Los Angeles, early in the morning around 3 a.m., a white Kia SUV was reversed into the security gates of a bakery, breaking through the entrance. Following this, about 100 young people stormed into the bakery. Inside, the looters divided into groups. Some jumped over the counter to search for cash, while others raided the shelves filled with snacks and other bakery products. The looting severely damaged the bakery, leaving the gates twisted and the interior looted, with an estimated damage of $70,000. About $2,000 in cash was stolen, along with cigarettes, lottery tickets, and other valuable items.
Rage, of course. I was upset. I was mad. Roughly like about $2,000. They took cigarettes, lottery tickets. We have machines right there, and we just saw them. They grabbed them. They just took them. They emptied all these. They broke that. They emptied all the chips. Things right here.
The bakery had been a community staple for nearly 40 years, making this incident particularly heartbreaking for the owners and local residents. The incident was connected to a larger street takeover event, which typically involves blocking streets with vehicles and crowds, often leading to unlawful acts. However, the level of destruction seen in this case is uncommon for such events. On July 6, 2017, around 11:30 p.m., a man entered an Arco gas station on East Dyer Road in the 1700 block, where he brandished a weapon at the clerk, stole money, and then fled. Approximately an hour and a half later, the same suspect carried out another armed robbery at a different Arco gas station, located in the 3400 block of South Main Street. The man was eventually arrested and faced charges of armed robbery and assault with a deadly weapon. In Lauderdale Lakes, Florida, a man is currently being sought by the Broward County Sheriff's Office after an incident at a clothing store turned violent. The man spent about 30 minutes picking out several items and then attempted to leave without paying. When he found the exit door locked and couldn't get out, he dropped the clothes and tried to break open the door or smash the glass. As he was struggling with the door, a store employee unlocked it for him. After figuring out how to unlock the door himself, he decided to continue with his theft, pushing an employee to the ground, grabbing the clothes, and running out. He escaped by getting into a waiting car. The clothes he stole were worth around $200. On August 7, 2017, a man targeted a Chevron gas station in Buena Park. He approached the counter, displayed his weapon, and demanded cash.
There's a robbery. Give me the cash.
Go ahead.
Give it to me. All of it. Open up the cash register. Open it up. Open up the cash register right now.
Don't worry, bro. I think the people are coming. You should be go right now.
Move. What about the bottom? The bottom.
After obtaining the money, he fled the scene. This incident was not isolated. A few days later, he committed another armed robbery during which he injured the cashier in the leg before escaping. Eventually, the police captured him, and he was convicted of his crimes. We're about to see the arrest of Jeffrey Gaston, a 29-year-old man from Orlando, Florida, who is suspected of carrying out at least 5 armed robberies. He targeted 7-Eleven stores, similar to the one where he was working when he was caught. Given that he's considered dangerous, the officers are first talking over the radio about the best way to handle the arrest.
With Lotto right now, but OPD was kind of hesitant to take him right now. They wanted kind of to wait a little bit, but I kind of said we kind of need to do this now rather than waiting.
Yeah, I agree. If we can take them away from the house and away from that car, which would probably be best.
All right. I don't see anybody at the cash register, so whenever you guys are ready.
Before we get started, let me catch you up on Gaston's crimes. On September 12, 2022, at 4:30 a.m., he robbed a 7-Eleven in Orlando, threatening the employee with a weapon. On September 26th, he hit another store in Altamont Springs, taking only $73. Still not satisfied, he robbed another store in Oviedo the same morning, this time getting $300. On October 5th, he committed another robbery, and on the 12th, he went back to the first store he robbed. But now, it looks like his crime spree is about to be stopped.
How's it going, man? Hey, Jeffrey, right?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm Jeffrey.
Put your hands behind your back, man.
What did I do? You're under arrest. For what?
Put your hands behind your back.
We'll explain to you in a second, all right?
Do me a favor. Hey,
What am I
hey,
under
hey,
arrest
hey.
for? What did I do?
Jeffrey, put the chicken wing down.
Okay, let me...
Just put it down on the counter. We'll wipe it up. Chris, you got cuffs.
What did I do?
We're gonna. Hey, Jeffrey, take a deep breath.
You're taking me to jail. What did I do? I'm at work.
We're not taking you to jail.
Yes, I am. Yes, you are.
We're going to explain.
The officers are being very careful because they know they're dealing with an armed robber. Considering Mr. Gaston's size, he could easily overpower several cops if he chose to. Just think of what he could do to them. Fortunately, he seems to be relatively calm for the moment.
Goodness, what did I do?
Jeffrey, a detective is gonna talk to you. I can assure you that. They're gonna come talk to you.
You said you're not taking me to jail. Why do I have handcuffs on? What did I do?
You are being detained at this time. That's what you are. You're being detained at this
Okay.
time.
You don't have to arrest me. What is going on?
Just take a deep breath.
No, sir. Tell me what's going
I
on.
told you, you are being detained
Yes.
for an investigation. You have an arrest warrant.
Investigation for an arrest warrant for what? What did I do?
If you start acting a fool, it's not going to pull well for you.
Sir, I'm not acting a fool. I'm not resisting.
I know you're not.
I want to know what
Why are you yelling?
Because I want to know what I did.
I just told you, we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to sit down and talk to you.
Oh my goodness, you said I have an arrest.
The officer warned Jeffrey that things wouldn't go well for him if he started acting foolishly. Although that's true, the cop was likely just trying to protect himself and his colleagues. Even with the cuffs, if this giant decided to resist, it would cause a lot of trouble. Fortunately, he seems to be cooperating, but he's more worried about other things, like what's left in the oven.
We didn't write the warrant, so I understand, but I want to know who wrote the warrant. Like, I'm not on probation. I have not been in trouble.
Okay.
I'm not on probation.
The detective that did this is going to come speak to you, and he's going to give Jeffrey Gaston his opportunity to speak to him. And you will be able to get every single one of your questions answered. I'm a man of my word, Jeffrey.
Sir, there's something in the oven.
Even though I expected things to go worse, I'm relieved that Mr. Gaston didn't resist and no one was hurt. Unlike all the chaotic scenes we've seen on this channel with people shouting, screaming, biting, and scratching, this huge man turned out to be quite gentle. Now is a good time to let you know that the weapon Gaston used in the robberies was actually just a very realistic looking toy. The officers found out that a few days before the first robbery, he had searched online for a realistic looking toy weapon. So, he's not actually a violent person at all.
This is a good way to start the day.
What time do you usually get off?
I'm already supposed to be off. I'm supposed to be off now.
Is that 7 or?
7 o'clock.
What shift do you work here?
Third shift.
Third?
Yeah.
How long you been working here?
For a very long time.
Yeah.
For years.
I think I saw you because we worked the shooting here in the parking lot. Probably.
Yes.
What was that? Like 6? No, it was like the beginning of it.
As the cops reminisce, Jeffrey looks around, realizing this might be one of the last times he can do this for years, given the seriousness of his crimes. Even though he used a toy weapon, his actions are still treated as armed robberies, and things aren't looking good for him. They also plan to take his car, and he sees them taping it up.
Evidence.
So we just seal and tow the car, so then that way we know that nobody's gone into the car and taken anything out.
So what do you mean? I can have somebody come pick my car up. I don't need to.
No, we're taking your car.
Why are you taking my car?
Because we are. It's evidence.
It's evidence for you. Okay. It's evidence for what?
Jeffrey, calm down.
No, you're telling me to calm down. You're taking my
You want to
car.
put him in the car?
I don't know, sir. Please don't do that.
Okay.
But
we're going to wait for an SUV to get here so you can fit in the car.
Okay, but you're taking my car as evidence. Number
Yes, sir.
one.
Yes, sir.
Number two.
Yes, sir.
You're not telling me what's going on.
And I told you.
You told me I'm being arrested. You said I have an arrest warrant.
Correct.
You say you know what it is, but you don't want to tell me. You said the detectives.
The detectives are going to come and talk to you. I can promise you that.
Jeffrey gets upset because he realizes he won't be able to go to work without his car. It seems like he either doesn't fully grasp that he's being arrested for armed robbery, or he just can't handle the idea. In the end, Jeffrey was taken to jail and charged. The judge sentenced him to 7 years in federal prison for committing 5 armed robberies, even though he stole less than $2,000 in total. On May 31st, 2023, just before 10:30 p.m., Target security watched via surveillance as a group of 10 to 15 people broke through the front glass door and entered the store. They quickly headed to the electronics section, grabbed several items, and then left through the rear doors. The Clovis Police Department was alerted to the burglary while it was happening. Although police officers arrived swiftly, the suspects had already escaped in vehicles. No arrests have been made yet. If caught, the suspects could face charges under California Penal Code 463, which covers looting. A man entered a liquor store in northwest Fresno while the clerk was working as usual. He pointed a weapon at the clerk, who, having no other options, complied and handed over the money.
Alright, what you need? Go ahead. Good morning. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am. And the rest of the come on. No things back here, brother. I don't have no things. It's gonna be good. Huh? What's that, brother? You can check his paperwork on here, brother. Go ahead. That's all that in there. What do you mean, though? You see that on here? No, I don't have nothing, brother. That's it. You check my wallet. No, there's nothing in here, brother. Let me see. Open your wallet. Somebody else in here? Yeah, he's in the back. Who is it? It's my uncle. Alright, bro. What's up?
After taking the money, the man fled the scene.
I know you got a safe or something. I don't have a safe, brother. There's no safe back here. That's the apartment. That's the apartment. That's the apartment. Yeah, 2 blocks down. I don't know, you have something? Yeah. Revolver, black revolver, all black hoodie, black sweat.
Yeah, I've seen him walk out with you on sketchy too. Give me a hot pen, please.
That's fine,
Just one is fine.
Hello?
Hot pen and Hennessy. Yeah.
However, it didn't take long for the Fresno Police Department to locate and arrest him. He was subsequently charged with robbery. In Santa Ana, California, on the morning of January 19th, 2 men walked into Force Electronics pretending to be customers interested in a safe zone system. The owner, Acosta, was showing them around the back of the store when one of the men hit him on the head with a weapon and demanded the keys and money while threatening his life. Despite the attack, Acosta quickly threw $800 at the attacker, which distracted them briefly.
So right into my business, I had a couple of customers, they asked for a sound system. So I asked him to go into the back of the building, so I will open the doors and help him. As I was opening the door on the back door of my business, I went to the repair room to open the door. And all of a sudden, this individual struck me on the head and demand for keys and some money and making threats. I told him I was going to kill him and just throw him the $800 at him. And he just kind of got distracted and he walked away, ran to the car and ran away shooting.
This quick thinking allowed him a moment to act, and the robbers ran away, shooting as they left. Acosta later said he didn't have time to be scared and didn't shy away from the confrontation.
No, I went at him. He pointed the gun at me. I went against him. I told him, to stop it, Stop it so fast I wasn't scared at him, just went and defend myself.
The police later said that Acosta was lucky to avoid more serious harm, considering the robbers were armed.
Our recommendation is if somebody sticks a gun in your face and says, there's no keys, no wallet, nothing that's worth dying over.
I want to put a stop to this kind of crime in our communities and let the criminals know that we're not going to stand for it. And this is a great country of us. We're going to defend it no matter what happens.
Eventually, the robbers were caught and arrested. On December 7th, 2023, officers went to a local Walmart after getting a report of a shoplifter being held in the loss prevention room. By the time the officer arrived, the suspect was already handcuffed and ready to be taken to the police car.
That was good. I can't even move my wrist. Like at all. Yeah, it's too tight.
I can get my finger through there.
I can't even move my wrist.
I think it's just above her bone. That's just the issue.
It's too tight. I would tell you. I would tell you.
Is that better?
Yeah, thank you. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing? That better?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll grab that stuff if you want.
I'll come back in and get that paperwork. Okay, thank you.
Do you remember when that first date was?
Yeah, I could.
The suspect was read her rights by the female officer before any questioning began.
You just put it in the bag. Do you do anything else? Or do you come in with intent to pay or steal?
I don't know. Look, I just didn't have anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, all my stuff got taken once again. So I didn't have any hygiene, I didn't have toothpaste, I didn't have toothbrush.
Well, you look pretty hygienic to me. I mean, you got your makeup done.
Yeah, everything got taken. Everything got taken. So I went over to Andy's house and I took a shower and everything. So, put makeup on. I gotta come in here and look somewhat presentable, right?
I mean, but to come in here to steal and look presentable?
Yes. I don't walk around the streets looking like a bum.
Right.
Do I?
Well,
I don't know.
You know you're banned from here, so why'd you come back?
I didn't know that. Listen, I didn't even know how long the ban lasts. I didn't know that it was at forever. I did not know that.
Well, the male I just spoke to said that you advised to him that you knew you're banned.
No, I told him no. That's not true. If you ask him in front of me again, I swear to you, I did not say that. I did not.
So what did he say to you then?
He said, "Did you know you're banned?" I said, "I did not know that it lasted that long." So I did know I was banned, but I didn't know it lasted a lifetime. I did not know that. I didn't know how long it lasted.
The woman kept crying, but honestly, if you don't want to get caught and end up in jail, maybe don't steal in the first place.
I know. It's like you got an X on your back already. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what you do or what you don't do, but when you don't have a place to go and you don't have a place to take a shower and you don't have a toothbrush and you don't have toothpaste, you do need it. And I'm not asking for you to be sorry for me. I'm not asking for any of that. I'm just saying you don't know what it's like.
You're right, I don't.
Please don't take me. Please don't.
She was taken to the local detention center for booking and faced charges of retail theft, trespassing, and possession of substance paraphernalia. Clumsy thieves were caught on camera trying to steal mobile phones from a Carphone warehouse in Touchwood Shopping Center, Solihull, without realizing they were demo phones. The men, who didn't bother to cover their faces, attempted to grab the phones from a display unit attached with a strong cord. Unable to free the devices, they quickly fled the store. Police are now investigating the incident. In this surveillance video, you can see a burglar climbing through the window of a CVS pharmacy in Mission Viejo. He broke in and stole several prescription substances from the store, located on Los Alisos Boulevard. The burglary happened around 12:49 a.m. on Thursday. The same man was also involved in another burglary on July 22, 2011, at the Cal Mead Pharmacy on Marguerite Parkway in Mission Viejo. Fortunately, he was arrested, and his crime spree came to an end. On January 26th, a woman stole a wallet from behind the counter, which led to tens of thousands of dollars in fraudulent credit card charges within an hour.
towel and orders in the dressing room, either way.
How much are those baby dolls?
And they are comfortable. I have these boots.
I want these so bad. What seriously do y'all got a 6 or 7 in those? And the ones that she
And
got?
this one?
The other one she got.
A 6 or a 7?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to try 7? I have a 7 over here.
How do they run? Do you know?
I think they pretty much, mine were right on. I wear 7.5 and that's what I ended up buying.
I'm going to wear my boots out again.
The Galloway Police Department is asking the public for help in identifying her due to the serious credit card fraud. 2 teenagers went into a store, picked up some items, and went to the counter as if they were going to pay. Instead, they ran off right in front of the cashier. The cashier tried to chase them, but couldn't catch them, and the 2 troublemakers got away. On December 16, 2022, deputies from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department were called to a Walmart in Brandon, Florida, about a theft in progress. When the deputies arrived, they learned that 2 suspects had run out of the store, leading to a search to find them.
They're back there. I can see her.
Way back there?
Way back in the back. She's got like a person's tall, has blonde hair, kind of like a bob cut, has glasses, and she's got like a dress on.
Hey, girl, I'm gonna get in the car.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anyone.
I see him way back there.
Wait, no, like back there somewhere, because I saw the top of her head.
Where? Just back
like
there?
Back that way, yes, ma'am.
Hey, I need to talk to you 2 for a minute.
Both of you stop.
Do you have a receipt for that?
I received for this, absolutely, ma'am. Would
Okay.
you like to see it?
I would, thank you. They're telling me that someone stole something, so I gotta cover my bases.
Absolutely, ma'am, right there. 79.69 for $37.49. Absolutely, ma'am.
Okay, what's everything else on there?
Everything else is stuff that I bought from home. I tried to return this, but customer service was already closed at 8 o'clock.
That's fine. Can we meet with the loss prevention and get this squared away?
I mean, this is the only thing I have on me, and this is what I tried to return.
I hear you. Let's go meet with them, and we'll talk about it. Because right now I have them tell me one thing, you tell me another. Let's just meet with them and figure it out, all right?
This was the only thing I took.
Okay, it's not a question.
It's not even. I'm
telling you, we're gonna meet with them. We're gonna figure it out. It's not a question anymore.
Okay, I have a receipt though.
That's fine.
Okay.
If you have a receipt, well, this will be easy peasy.
For this, absolutely.
This will be easy peasy. Let's just walk over there and.
I understand. You're just doing your job.
Let's go in that entrance there, because that's where the loss prevention office is going to be. All right, can you, ma'am, this way with the cart, and we're going to go in that entrance right there.
You're going to be westbound.
All right, we can go in that door, and then we can follow that gentleman into that office on the left. And we'll just...
Deputies chased after 2 women trying to flee the scene of a theft at a Walmart. When the deputies caught up with them, one woman claimed they hadn't committed any crimes, while the other remained silent. The deputies then escorted them back to the store and into the loss prevention office to start their investigation.
You purchased today that you have the receipt for?
That ring light I tried to return today.
Okay.
I have a receipt for it, but customer service was already closed by the time we get here at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I thought it closed at 10.
Okay, did you buy anything else while you were here?
The other stuff, yes, ma'am. I just didn't get the receipt on me.
Okay, and where is that other stuff?
The stuff that was left in the buggy whenever he was walking out.
Where'd you put it?
He stopped us before we got to the door.
Oh, he took the merchandise.
Yeah, he started asking questions that weren't even relevant.
Okay. It's the outdoor and it's sometimes shut. Why is it so warm in here? This is tropical. Okay. When you approached the shoplifters, what did you tell them?
So my name is Richard Loss Prevention, Walmart Loss Prevention. Then I asked them if they had a receipt for the items. She then told me she actually does. She said she has a receipt for the one item that y'all, the boxed item. And I asked her, I said, well, what about, I said, I'm not worried about that item. I said, I'm worried about these items that you packed up. Because obviously we want you to conceal those items into a Walmart bag or Walmart bags down an aisle where no one can see them. Once asked, then they fled the scene.
Did you tell them not to leave?
I said, yeah, because I tried to get them back to the office. Because obviously that's my entire goal, is to get them back to the office.
Right.
Where I can then gain information from them.
So you said, don't leave?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then, well, because my manager called me, because I was trying to get her up there at that time. She called me telling me that Hillsborough was actually on scene. And then that's, obviously they got the distance away from and from there I told them, I said, Hillsborough's here, let's come back to the office.
And did they say anything? Okay, so you told them law enforcement's here and please come back to the office. You identified yourself.
Naturally, the versions of the event from the suspects and the store staff are quite different. The asset protection team observed the women stuffing items they intended to steal into their backpacks, as seen on the CCTV footage. When confronted by the staff, the women denied the accusations but dropped the items and fled. By this time, the deputies were already at the scene and had been notified of the situation.
I do want to talk to you.
You do want to talk to me? Okay. I just want to talk to you about what happened.
Okay.
So loss prevention is telling me that you and your friends came in, put some items in a cart, and then took shopping bags and put the items in the shopping bags and attempted to leave all points of sale without paying for the items.
She told me that she had to return some, that's all I know.
Okay. Did you take any of the items and put them into plastic bags before paying for them? Okay. Do you know if the items were paid for that were in the cart?
I do not.
Okay. Were you with your friend the whole time?
I was, but wasn't.
Okay. Did you see her put any items in plastic bags in the cart?
Yeah.
And did you see her pay for these items? Okay. So you're saying that you didn't put any items in plastic bags and you didn't know that anything was not paid for?
Not to my knowledge, no.
The deputies separated the two women to question them individually, hoping to obtain confessions. This strategy worked, and the quieter of the two was more willing to confess. However, she ended up blaming everything on her friend, claiming she was ignorant of the plan and innocent.
Put this in the buggy for now.
Okay.
Change my back. Do you have anything on you that's gonna poke me, stick me, hurt me at all?
No.
Okay. Any pockets?
No.
Do you have breast implants?
I don't, but I always go to PC. They know me, unfortunately.
Okay, I just meant like in terms of searching whether...
Searching. I mean, I prefer a woman pat down, but you already started it and finished your job.
Okay, I guess typically we do it based on the assigned gender on the ID.
Well, that's not how it is proper, but you know, it's whatever my preference is. But I mean, hey, he already started. I'm not going to stop you from doing your job.
I mean, as far as preference goes, we get both people that complain that a woman did this or a man did this, so...
I understand. Well, no, I mean, I prefer a woman to do it.
Based on the footage and the staff's accounts, the deputies decided to arrest both suspects. They conducted the entire process quickly and professionally.
I'm not stupid. I know that's 5 years, 3 years mandatory. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't do that. I wonder if they'll let me take the person or if they're going to make me put it for safekeeping.
They'll probably just put it in property. That's usually how they do it with me.
Sometimes it depends.
It's me. They might. It's me. They'll remember me.
When's the last time you were there?
At Hillsborough.
Because they'll let me know. Sometimes they don't let me put stuff.
2 years now since I got our papers and stuff.
You have the ID?
Yeah.
Let's put it in here so it's all in one place before I forget, if you wouldn't mind. Sometimes they just have you take the ID and the cards with you if there's no room. We'll try. I'm not going to say anything. We'll see what they tell me. I don't think there'd be an issue, but that is ultimately...
The suspect remained cooperative and calm throughout the process, and during their conversation, the deputy discovered that the suspect was a convicted felon who had been arrested before and taken to the same county jail.
What did I do?
You're being arrested for petty theft.
But I can't get out until the bond shows, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's usually tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want to give you a definite, but yes, that's typically how it works. I'm just going to have you lean up against the car. Do you have anything on you that I need to know?
No, ma'am.
Oh shit! Can't we get to take this taxi together, girl?
Can you swing your feet up for me?
Yeah, isn't it like 8 o'clock?
Yeah, it's like 8 o'clock. We made it in time for first appearance.
You'll be in time for first appearance, for
we'll
sure.
actually be there.
Because I've been on this call for entirely too long. Can you get the video surveillance for me?
Yeah.
I've been here since like 8:25. It's not okay.
I need cuffs though, real quick.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I mean, they'll do the job.
The other suspect, who seemed to assume they wouldn't be arrested, was also escorted out and placed under arrest. Both suspects will be charged with petty theft. On March 19, 2024, at around 5:15 p.m., officers Chelsea Tambura and Rose Cannon from the Hoboken Police Department were called to address a shoplifting incident at the ShopRite on 900 Madison Street. They arrived to find two females detained in the loss prevention office, identified as 20-year-old Bhavya and 21-year-old Yamini, who were suspected of shoplifting.
How you doing? How you doing? Date of birth next to it.
Just this one receipt combined?
Yes, 155.
Okay.
They're repeat offenders, not first time.
Repeat?
Yeah. They didn't get caught last time because they got spooked. They just dropped it and ran out.
Gotcha.
All right.
Hi.
Same thing for her.
Just so everybody knows our body cams are on, okay?
Okay. We just came out to purchase a Pepsi.
Outside Pepsi, chips,
and the
everything was
lifts
there,
just
right? We forgot the Pepsi to take inside. We gonna bill like few things, and we came out to take Pepsi. Gonna bill whole the cart.
Yeah.
In between, he came
And took
took
our
the
cards.
Clean.
So you took the card out with you?
The loss prevention officer then presented surveillance footage to the officers, showing the two suspects attempting to leave the store without paying for 27 items, which totaled $155.61, after only paying for 2 items worth $8.74. Additionally, it was noted that these individuals were apparently repeat offenders, as they were flagged by the store's facial recognition system. Previously, they had allegedly managed to escape before they could be apprehended.
Wait, do you have the footage?
Yeah,
let's just watch it together.
Yeah.
We have paid for limited item. Like,
can I just close the door, sir? Close it. Close the door. You can stay. I'm just asking you to close the door. Thank you.
New Jersey, Charlie 35, hotel uniform, 9,
11. They bought the outside bags in, is what you're saying, and they put the stuff in the bags?
Yeah, they put it in their reusable bag.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see them right there. Okay, it's empty.
You have IDs on you?
No.
No. How old are you?
I'm 20.
And you?
22.
Okay.
And we are ready to pay the whole amount.
That's not how it works. You guys are gonna get arrested. If it shows that you guys are walking out,
We are not walking. We
wanna
paid
get
for few.
to the
we
part,
paid
whatever.
few amount.
So they paid half of it, what they're saying?
I'm gonna show you right now. You pay for 2 items.
2 items and then walked out with the rest of them? Okay. Okay.
We need to get the Pepsi.
So you only paid for some things in your cart and some things were unpaid?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you walked out?
Not
No,
walked out.
we didn't walk out. We're gonna take Pepsi outside. Outside, the big bottles were there. We came for
What
that.
are they talking about Pepsi being outside? What is that? What are they talking
I
about?
really don't know. Supposedly they're gonna go get Pepsi outside.
After reviewing the video evidence, the officers proceeded to arrest the 2 individuals.
No. Hold on.
After their arrest, the 2 individuals were taken to the Hoboken Police Department for further processing. At the station, they were formally charged with 1 count each of shoplifting merchandise. Following their processing and the issuance of summonses, they were released and given a court date to appear before a judge. In Fresno, California, a Dollar General cashier named Jessie Soto, age 35, took drastic measures against a suspected shoplifter after growing frustrated with frequent thefts at her store. She noticed the suspect trying to flee on a bike with stolen goods and chased him down in her car, ultimately hitting him. This caused a collision and led to a heated argument with profanity.
I'm sick and tired of everybody getting away with it.
As both parties scrambled to collect the items scattered on the ground. As a result of her actions, Soto was fired from her job at Dollar General. She defended her actions by saying she didn't intend to hurt the cyclist but wanted to stop the thefts.
That was never the intent. I would never hurt anybody.
After losing her job, Soto created a GoFundMe page to support herself financially while she was unemployed. In 2017, a Wendy's restaurant in Florida became the center of an outrageous scam when one of their managers decided to commit a crime. It began when an employee, Dante Wilson, called the Flagler County Sheriff's Office claiming he was robbed while trying to deposit $900 at Wells Fargo. Deputies responded to the scene, but there was something suspicious about Dante's story. He claimed he called the police twice, once right after the robbery, and again when he returned to Wendy's.
I just talked to our dispatch. He's only got one call recorded from you. Okay. Well, I know for a fact that their system's not gonna. Their system's not gonna lie. So I want you to think about it. We've got it documented. You only called 911 once. Is there something that you want to? If there's something else you want to talk about, or is there something else you want to say about this?
No, there really isn't.
Okay. And this happened about 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and where did you go? You came straight back here?
I came straight back here.
You came straight back here. So you dropped at the bank. You were at the bank at 10 o'clock when this happened.
Right from the beginning, the way this guy quickly dropped the topic of making 2 calls set off alarm bells in my head. If he were being honest, he would have elaborated more. It seemed like he was trying to brush it off and move on, which was odd. It's clear that the cop doesn't believe him, and he might have a good reason for feeling that way.
I came in straight and it was sitting right there, and I told him, like, this is what happened.
Deontay, I'm going to tell you right now, I've got guys reviewing the video from 9:30 to 10:30. Okay? If something did indeed happen, it's going to show it. If something didn't happen, it's also going to show that. All right? You need to be honest with me, 100%.
I'm 100% honest. Exactly,
okay, because things are not adding. I'm going to tell you right now, I haven't even looked at the video, but things are not adding up. I am telling you this. I'm looking straight you in the eye and telling you things are not adding up.
That's crazy. Because I don't have no reason to lie, honestly.
I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying that.
I've been working here so long, and I've never had a money problem.
Dante further explains that he has only recently been appointed as manager, and that he has made only 2 or 3 money deposits so far. There are 2 things I've noticed. When he looks at the officer, he appears like a deer caught in headlights, and if he was really robbed, you'd expect him to be more emotional and really try to convince everyone to believe him. However, he seems uncomfortable, almost as if he just wants to get this over with as quickly as possible.
You've given me a video statement. I just need you to raise your right hand for me. Do you swear the video statement you've given me is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
State your full name.
Dante Wilson.
And state your date of birth for me.
September.
Okay, very good. What I need you to do is just fill out this top part. Starting here, I just want you to write exactly what transpired.
The officer returns later and has Dante swear to his written statement. Then, he tries again to coax the truth out of him, but this time, he subtly hints at the possibility of a perjury charge to motivate Dante to be honest.
Now listen, you understand what perjury is, right?
Yes.
What's perjury?
False accusations or claiming that something happened when they didn't get it.
Well, perjury's lying in court, but yeah. Okay, now you've sworn to this. It's the same thing if you've misled in any way on this. It's perjury. Okay? I am giving you one golden opportunity. If there's anything else that you want to add, or if something happened a different way, I'm trying to...
Nothing happened a different way.
Nothing happened a different way.
And I didn't talk to anybody. And then it sucks that it has to be on my shift when this happens, because now I'm the one held responsible for the $900, well, technically almost $1,000. And then on top of that, I can lose my job for that, being that I was responsible for that deposit.
Dante sticks to his story, but it seems like it's all going to fall apart soon. They are waiting for a detective to arrive and take over the investigation, but in the meantime, the officer is doing his best to crack the case, even before the detective gets there.
If I was telling you the same story, how would it sound to you?
Honestly, it would sound pretty crazy, being that the fact that you weren't there, so by somebody trying to explain it to you, you have to get everything with detail. And plus, I'm still shaking up by it, so I'm doing the best of my ability to give you everything with detail that I know. And that's exactly what
The more Dante talks, the more confused he gets. His story is that he chose not to use the drive-thru to make the deposit, but to go inside the bank instead. He claims that the robber was supposedly waiting for him outside and snatched the money from him.
You said that you willingly gave up the money because you didn't want...
After a while, yes. Because at first I was like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
Okay, and this bank was so packed. Nobody came to your aid?
Nobody was outside. Everybody was inside. It was a lot of cars outside. And it was cars still coming in and out of that plaza period. Nobody was there outside. It was just him sitting in front.
But you said the drive-thru was packed, which would lead me to believe that...
I didn't say the drive-thru was packed.
So why didn't you go through the drive-thru?
I was just going inside.
Why?
It was easier.
But I thought your SOP was to go through the drive-thru.
But then like I said, when my manager that was on duty that one day when she told me how to do it, she said she normally goes in sometimes.
So, the standard operating procedure is to use the drive-thru, which is safer. Dante claims he chose to go inside, but he doesn't really have a good reason for doing so. Therefore, they brought him to the bank where the supposed robbery occurred to see what he would say. It appears he parked further away from the bank, even though there were several closer spots available.
Bob.
Yeah.
Those other 2 spots were empty?
Yeah.
Then all 3 of these spots were empty.
Well, the one in the middle was empty. That was being dropped this inside.
Like it was over there. You actually were saying that you parked in that far right spot.
Oh, well.
So it was over here, though.
Well, I think it was just that.
Okay. You're 100% positive you parked right there.
Dante's story unravels, and the definitive proof comes from the bank's surveillance footage. It shows Dante entering the bank, completing a transaction, and leaving without any sign of a robbery. He was charged with felony grand theft, perjury, making a false report of a crime that didn't happen, and making a false 911 call. He received a sentence of 120 days in jail and 3 years of probation and was ordered to repay Wendy's. However, he didn't learn his lesson, as he violated his probation by using an illicit substance and later got a job as a manager at another fast food restaurant, where he again stole money from the register. Some people just don't change. In Bristol, Cody Michael Ramey was involved in an unusual robbery. He took a cab to Home Depot, claiming he needed to cash a check. Once there, he gave a clerk a note demanding money, instructing how to act during the robbery to avoid suspicion. After getting the money, Cody returned to the waiting cab. Observant Home Depot employees noted the taxi's number and called the police. The police quickly checked if the taxi had a GPS, which it did. They contacted the dispatcher, who confirmed Cody was still in the cab. The police caught up with the taxi as it stopped, and after Cody got out, they chased and arrested him. He was found with the stolen money, the money bag, and the robbery note. Cody had been previously arrested twice for drunk driving. You might have heard about rising prices, but rarely about customers going up too. However, in a unique incident, a woman got caught in the shop's shutters and was lifted off the ground. Clinging to her shopping trolley, she hoped it might bring her back down, but that plan failed. Suspended in the air for a few moments, she was eventually assisted by a kind-hearted bystander who stepped in to help her down. Ironically, this could serve as an unexpected but effective advertisement for the coat she was wearing, couldn't it? In 2023, the Martin County Sheriff's Office received a tip through Crime Stoppers about an employee dealing illicit substances at the Treasure Coast Square Mall in Jensen Beach, Florida. A 27-year-old man, Patrick, decided to start a side business at Zumiez, a store he worked at, by selling hallucinogens and other illegal items to customers, regardless of their age. Patrick had been distributing mushrooms for a few months. Undercover detectives first approached him at Zumiez for information. They then came back twice more to buy psilocybin mushrooms directly from him. On September 1st, Patrick's illegal business came to an unexpected end.
Hey, buddy. What up? It's Patrick. I got to put your hands behind your back. We'll explain everything in a second, okay? What's up? Mine's double off. You got him. I got him. Here. Just use my hand. Hello, how are you? This one's his. Thank you. I'm just going to double lock these on you, okay? So they don't walk up on you, okay? Yep. We'll explain everything to you here in a minute, alright? Do you have anything in your pocket that's going to stick me, hurt me, anything like that? Oh, none of that's sticking. Where's your black backpack at? My black backpack? Yeah. Got it. Got it.
When his bag was searched, officers found a 30 grams plastic Ziploc bag filled with mushrooms. Tests confirmed these mushrooms contained psilocybin.
What's up? Probably would, yeah. He'll be able to make phone calls too when he gets to the office there. Alright. Just walk out. Thank you.
Oh, that's the show.
After the discovery, he was brought to the police station for an interview about the incident.
You good? Yep. What's your name, dude? Patrick. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Obviously, we're here because you got yourself in a little bit of a pickle. Alright. Do you have any idea that, I don't know if anyone explained anything to you yet or anything?
No.
So, months ago, we got complaints of you selling mushrooms, weed, just stuff to not only people coming in and out of the store, but also the juveniles. Okay? Does any of this ring a bell at all?
No.
You don't sell anything?
Mm-mm.
Nothing at all?
No.
Okay. Is that what you're going to stick with?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, you had a black bag with you today.
Yes.
Is that your backpack?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what was inside of it?
Yeah.
What was inside of it?
Keys. There were mushrooms inside the bag.
Do you use mushrooms?
Yes.
How much mushrooms do you use at a time?
I microdose them usually, but about a gram.
Now, what if I told you that we've been buying from you for a bit? Still, does any of this ring a bell? Like, you've been selling, we've seen you, we've dealt with you.
Okay.
Do you want me to elaborate, like, refresh your mind a little?
If you want.
It's a little blurry. That's you in the store.
Mm-hmm.
That's you during a deal that we did.
Patrick ended up facing several felony charges, including 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance, 2 counts of selling, manufacturing, or distributing Schedule 1, the 3 or I-4 substances, and 2 counts of the unlawful use of a two-way communication device. His bond was set at $12,000. After receiving a call about a woman shoplifting, officers arrived at the scene where the store's loss prevention team told them she had left the area and was seen heading towards a nearby Subway. The officers then went to Subway to continue their investigation.
For what?
For shoplifting.
I did not know. I just bought that sandwich.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Hey, relax. You're being detained.
For what?
Shoplifting. You just sold you.
I didn't shoplift anything. You get do whatever you want, Kate. For training. I want training in how to handle this. Why do you have to arrest me?
The suspects attempted to appeal to the police emotionally, hoping to avoid consequences for her actions. Eventually, she was charged with felony shoplifting. A group implicated in 7 robberies across Orange County, with incidents in Anaheim, Orange, Santa Ana, and Tustin, and suspected links to Long Beach and Rialto, was caught following a series of systematic robberies. These suspects, skilled in evading security, would cut through the roofs of businesses, gaining access to secure areas just after opening hours. Dressed in yellow vests to blend in as workers, their actions were methodical. On August 19th, surveillance footage at a West Warner location in Santa Ana recorded a suspect questioning an employee about surveillance cameras, then staring directly into one upon its identification.
This group of individuals, or possibly a crew, have done 7 of these in Orange County, 2 in Anaheim, 2 in Orange, 2 in Santa Ana, and 1 in Tustin. There's also a case we believe they're tied to in Long Beach, as well as Rialto. Every single time, and in every single one of these incidents, they're wearing the yellow vest. We assume that's so people believe that they're workers. Hopefully we can stop these guys with the help of the public.
However, their operations were halted when they were apprehended and subsequently charged. A man walked into a Shell gas station on Lithia Pinecrest Road in Valrico, Florida, armed with a weapon. Throughout the robbery, the clerk remained astonishingly calm, showing little reaction even as the weapon was pointed at her head and a warning was fired off. She seemed more irritated than scared, repeatedly stating she couldn't open the cash register for the thief. Eventually, she complied, and the robber fled with an undisclosed sum of money. Fortunately, the clerk was unharmed, though it suggested she could have avoided resistance to safeguard her life over the cash. The thief was later apprehended by the police. A drunk man, draped in a blanket, wandered into a store, immediately catching the cashier's attention, who felt something was amiss. The cashier attempted to intervene, but the man persisted in taking items off the shelves. His aggression escalated as the cashier and other employees tried to intervene. He concealed the items, aiming to leave unaware that the police had already been notified. Ultimately, his attempt to flee was unsuccessful, and he was arrested. During a bright Florida day, law enforcement was alerted by several shoppers at a local Publix. They reported a woman openly consuming numerous beers while perusing baking supplies. Her inebriated state was so severe that she nearly toppled a shelf full of wine. Upon the officers' arrival, she boasted about her wealth and her ability to afford the beers. Nonetheless, the unfolding events caught the officers off guard.
Ma'am? Hi.
Hello.
Did they ask you to leave?
No, just to check out. So I'd already had some to drink, so he was touching what I had, and I'm buying the sanitizer, so I didn't want him to touch what I'm going to
Okay,
pay
but
for.
Here's the deal. You can't drink alcohol in the store.
But I had already
you could buy it
mentioned
and you could take it home with you.
That's fine.
Okay, so why don't we just go ahead and pay for what you consumed?
All right, but I'm
Okay.
just gonna look for one
No,
more
no, you're not gonna look for anything else. It's time to go.
Okay, but this is.
Is this?
something that
You
I
guys want this young lady to leave?
You gotta pay for this and leave.
Okay, ma'am. You got. It's time to go.
When officers approached the woman, they instructed her to pay for her beers and exit the store. Initially, she seemed to agree. However, store managers observed her on surveillance footage sneaking a can out of a case. Confronted to settle the payment for the stolen item, her unexpected response astonished them.
pay for that whole thing. Oh, I always complain.
Charlie 9 to Charlie 4.
Do you have your ID?
Just go ahead and start checking me out.
No, no. I want to see your identification because I need your name.
Knows who I am. I'm Andy Smith.
None of us know who you are, so let me see your ID.
That's funny. No, go ahead and start checking me out.
Listen, I don't work for Publix. I need to see your identification. And if it continues, you will go to the county jail.
Yeah.
So let me see your ID.
K9 English 1 copy 1050. Nothing. We're going to be being you to staff.
Sir? I don't think so. She's going to be trespassed from the property and pay for what she's opened.
The woman acted as though she was complying with the request to pay for the beers, creating the illusion of cooperation. However, unbeknownst to the officers, her actual plan was to dash out of the store, blatantly refusing to pay for any of the items.
You got? Stop it. Stop. I'm not sure what you think you're doing.
Stop. You're about doing stuff. Stop. Stop. We're good. Just being detained right now because you're running around the store like you ain't making no sense. Why are you running around the store?
Something smells.
Relax. Listen.
All right.
After her attempt to flee, the woman was apprehended and transported to the local jail, where she received complimentary lodging and meals. Court documents later revealed that she considered suing the police department for using excessive force during her arrest. Despite her legal threats, she failed to appear for her scheduled court dates 2 weeks later and is now evading law enforcement in relation to her charges. On March 20th, 2024, while executing a tactical plan in the vicinity of Central and Coors, the Albuquerque Police Department's horse-mounted unit was alerted by a nearby Walgreens about a theft incident. The suspect, 30-year-old Mark Chacon, refused to cooperate with the officers and fled on foot. Mounted officers successfully apprehended Chacon after he dashed into traffic. Allegedly, Chacon had taken merchandise valued at $230 and was subsequently charged with shoplifting, evading police on foot, and possession of substance paraphernalia. A couple entered a store, presumably to shop, but things took a turn when they reached the shelves. They started arguing and it escalated quickly. The husband shoved his wife, causing her to crash into a shelf and fall. He then stormed out. It's curious what sparked their argument to begin with. Following the incident, the store's staff alerted the police, leading to both of them being charged with disorderly conduct. On top of that, the husband was also charged with battery. Two thieves stormed into a gas station simultaneously and immediately started brawling when they crossed paths. A bystander, taken aback by the scene, promptly dialed the cops. In a flash, the police arrived and nabbed these two would-be robbers. Turns out, they were duking it out over who would get to rob the place. It's both pathetic and amusing. These folks seriously need to find some legitimate work instead of pulling stunts like this. On October 2nd, 2021, Maria Brown drove her Toyota Scion between two women trying to cross the street to get to a restaurant. After one of them cursed at her, she backed up her car to talk back and showed them a weapon. This incident was reported to the police, and when they got there, they quickly started dealing with the situation.
Black shirt, red pants, and hat.
You said red pants?
Yeah. Yes. Hey, let's see if you can see anybody with red pants. Hey, anybody see
If y'all see her, don't say anything. Just give us a call. Just tell us that where she's at. Don't make any contact with her.
She's armed. Hi, how are you? Good. You don't happen to have a gun in your bag, do you?
No, sir.
Okay. You mind if I look real quick?
In my purse?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I said there's a black female with a red pants that had a...
I just come in here.
Okay, I understand that. What car do you drive? What car do you drive? What car do you drive?
I drive a white BMW.
White BMW.
Initially, Maria didn't cooperate with the officer and denied having a weapon. This made the officer double-check with dispatch to confirm they had the right person. Even though Maria matched the description, she continued to deny showing the weapon.
Hey, ma'am. I need you to stand right here for right now. Something happened outside in the parking lot.
In the parking
You're
lot?
describing your clothing.
No. You're to me?
Rose already talking to me.
You
Yeah.
talking to me?
Hey, I understand that.
Yeah, he
I need you to
talked
stand
me.
right here. Just stand right here. She's wearing a tan hat and red shorts. Show me anybody else in this whole building that's wearing a tan hat and red
I don't
shorts.
have on a tan hat. I have on a black and white hat.
When people are in traumatic situations, they don't always describe it perfectly.
Yeah, but I haven't done anything. I just came in.
That's why.
and stuff
That's
like
why you're not in handcuffs. 'Cause I don't know that you've done anything either. I just know that something just happened out there, and they said that the person walked into Best Buy. They described him as a black female, wearing a tan hat and red shorts.
Yes, sir.
You were the closest person to fit that description.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm just saying, just for the time being, just stand right here.
We're about to go back outside. Talk.
Not to make me use the bathroom by myself.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm a diabetic.
I don't mean to frighten you, so I apologize.
I'm a diabetic, so and I'm about to poop on myself.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't mean to startle you.
Yeah,
That's why I wanted to explain what's going on. Basically, somebody just pointed at somebody in the parking lot. The other person who got the pointed, she's standing up there.
Okay.
And she said, the lady who pointed at me is a black female wearing red shorts and a tan hat.
No, baby. Would you hold? I gotta use the bathroom so bad.
Okay, so you just want to walk up here to the front, and I'll figure out if it was you. If not, I'll let you go.
Let
So.
me use the restroom because I'm about to poop.
Well, I can't let you go in there.
Oh, wow.
That's why I explained the situation, so I just need you to walk up here to the front. If I can determine it's not you.
Later, she was taken outside the store, and the victims identified her. Despite this, Maria kept denying the accusations. This left the officers with no option but to detain her, which caused the situation to become more tense.
Confirming a visitor.
That's what we talking about. She's in that little car. Yep. The is probably in the car.
Yeah, boy, they're saying that, sir.
Somebody walked in front of me in the car, but I never had an encounter with anybody.
Okay, so did you have a weapon on you by any chance or anything?
No, sir.
Or anything?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. Do you have a in your purse?
No, sir.
Do you mind if this officer looks inside your purse?
I don't want them looking in my purse when there's no reason to look in my purse.
Well,
I know
the reason,
my rights.
I get you. That's fine. That's fine. We're not
Yeah,
arguing.
baby, I know my
Okay.
rights. I'm
Well,
not.
at this point, you're in investigatory hold right now.
What's that?
It means you're basically being detained. So you're not free to leave. And I'm removing this purse from you. I'm not looking in it.
Relax,
And you're being
I'm
investigated.
being detained.
Just I'm removing this purse
Just
from
like
you.
you say you know your rights, we're giving you the right to tell you what we're
And I'm going to talk. I'm taking the. I'm removing the purse from you. I'm just removing this purse. Do not reach in your purse. You just reached in your purse.
I got the arm.
No, don't reach in your purse. That's it. That's it.
Calm down.
Hey, you want to put it in front of my monitor?
Okay, you're being detained until we figure out anything further. Because somebody said...
That lady pointed at me and I didn't do anything to
It's
her.
locked, damn it. You said she pointed at you?
Yes, sir. She pointed something at me.
Who did?
And the lady with the brush, she called me a
Okay.
She called me a but I didn't argue with her. I was driving on through.
Where's your white BMW?
Is it this third car on the right here?
I can't get that damn thing to let go. There we go.
Despite knowing the reason for her detention, Maria continued to lie, thinking it might get her out of the situation. But when the two victims were asked, they detailed the entire incident, revealing the truth about Maria's actions.
Can you describe what the like?
It was probably about this big, black,
Black.
and she did like this.
Did it look like a revolver or like a normal modern type pistol? semi-automatic type pistol.
It was a thick. It was one of the thick ones. I'm not sure.
Did it look like similar to what police carry, or did it look like
Smaller than that, yeah.
So I'm gonna take a peek here, because this is allegedly hers, right? The one that they said was a red Scion, or the one he was out with, right? A red vehicle of some sort. But she said white BMW. You see a white BMW anywhere?
Maria was placed in the police car and eventually faced charges for aggravated assault, illegal weapon possession as a felon, and obstruction. On March 11th, 2024, in the evening, there was a shoplifting event at ShopRite on 900 Madison Street, ending with the arrest of 48-year-old Talit. Hoboken Police Department's officers Jessica Pisani and Chelsea Tambora responded to the call and went to the ShopRite. Inside, they headed to the Loss Prevention Office to meet with the Loss Prevention Officer and Talit, the person accused of shoplifting.
We have $300 of unpaid items here. He says his ID in the car. I just need to get his information.
I pay with the stuff I ask the person to help me to go to the counter because I have a lot of stuff. I scan $150, but I need somebody helping me. I have all the money. I have money. I have credit card.
You scanned $150 worth of.
Yes, I have the receipt. I give
what about
to him.
The other 150?
I got to 300 to him. I asked somebody to help me. He's a big man. I ask him. I tell him, come to help me, please.
The loss prevention officer told officers Pisani and Tambora that while Talit had gone through a self-checkout lane to buy 26 items worth $151.47, he was found to have left the store without paying for another 36 items, valued at $300.87 in total.
He scanned what he scanned, which is $151, I think it was. Here's the receipt. $151.
Yes, okay. No, I have money.
I didn't bother putting everything else on the belt or nothing like that. Like I said, I was watching from the beginning for more than like 15 minutes. It's like 8 o'clock. I've been watching.
So he was taking out and putting it back in, trying to hide,
conceal. He just put a couple of stuff on the belt and that's it, and then walked out.
So he didn't even try to hide it?
Yeah, he didn't try to hide it. The whole car was unbagged or whatever. His stuff that is paid for is that court that's right there by the time clock. That he did pay for. Everything else was $300, which had like the expensive meats, some sushi there, and other things like that.
Where do you have the unpaid receipt?
Yeah, it's right here.
I can take both these?
Stand up.
Please,
is it okay if I take both of these?
Yeah.
Talit appealed to the officers for mercy, even offering to pay for the items he hadn't paid for. However, despite his requests, Officer Pisani went ahead and arrested him for shoplifting.
I'm not get out. I just mask as a big man. I'm not.
He said you walked out.
No,
you have video of him walking out. Video shows you walking out of the store.
I'm asking the person to help me. The big man.
So you went out to find somebody to help you?
Yes.
That makes no sense.
No.
That makes no sense.
Believe me.
I don't need to believe you. I'm listening to this gentleman. There's footage of you walking out.
I'm asking him. Believe me.
Okay, well, unfortunately, you're getting arrested. We're going to charge you with shoplifting. Okay, you're going to be put.
Have you ever been arrested before?
Yes, I have arrested this before.
You have.
For what?
For fighting, I think 2011.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna put you in handcuffs. You are being placed under arrest. You can keep the items. They're gonna let you keep the items that you paid for. We're going to put you in the patrol car, we're going to take you down to police headquarters, and we're going to charge you for shoplifting. Okay.
Talit was then transported to the Hoboken Police Department for further processing, which included a more detailed search, fingerprinting, and photographing. During processing, he was allowed to call his wife, informing her to come to the police headquarters to collect his property and the items he had legally purchased from ShopRite.
No, you can just, if you can just put it in the back, and then I'll put it in the bag at headquarters. I have big bags, yeah, if you don't mind. I'll just put it in an evidence bag.
I have a really big one, Ron.
No, it's okay. I'll just grab an evidence bag. Take your key so I don't lose that.
Eventually, he was charged with shoplifting. Following the charges, he was remanded to the Hudson County Correctional Facility. A man entered a store intending to buy cigarettes. As soon as the shopkeeper handed him the cigarettes, he walked out without paying. It's really unacceptable behavior. Normally, you're supposed to pay first before getting the item. In Mission Viejo, a severe jewelry store robbery occurred involving 2 armed men, suspected of committing their second robbery in South County in less than a month. The incident took place on a Tuesday afternoon at Rita's Jewelry on Alicia Parkway. The robbers, each wielding weapons, attacked the store's employees. A female clerk was forced to the ground, and a male employee was repeatedly hit with fists and the butt of a weapon. The criminals filled a yellow bag with as much jewelry as they could from the store. Deputies quickly responded to the scene at Rita's Jewelry following the report of the robbery, but the perpetrators had fled. The male employee, injured during the incident, was transported to Mission Hospital for treatment, while the female clerk was treated on site. It is believed that this duo was also behind a robbery on January 20th at the Pacific Park Jeweler in Laguna Niguel. Despite efforts, these criminals remain at large. In late February in Florida, a Target store reported an ongoing shoplifting incident to the police, indicating that a suspect was seen hiding stolen goods in her purse. The store's loss prevention team closely monitored her actions as law enforcement was alerted and headed to the location. They watched as the suspect, later described as an 80-year-old woman with a history of shoplifting, put various jewelry pieces into her bag. Despite her attempt to blend in by purchasing some items, aiming to seem like a regular customer, she was unaware that officers were positioned at the exit, ready to intercept her.
Excuse me, ma'am. Okay.
I'll show you.
Can I have your purse, please?
Sure. Here's the box. This is it. I didn't know what it was. I wanted to be sure, and I paid for it. Here's the receipt.
We're going to ask you a few questions, okay? But before we do, I'm just going to read you your Miranda rights. All right?
I'm sorry.
Before we ask you some questions, I'm just going to read you your Miranda rights, okay?
Yes, I've been in trouble before with you.
You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him or her with you now or any time during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. If at any time you wish to stop talking or have an attorney present, all questions will be stopped at your request. Do you understand these rights? Are you willing to talk to me?
Yes.
Okay. So in the past, have you been...
Yes.
In the past, have you been trespassed from this Target before?
Yeah.
When she was caught red-handed with the stolen goods, she would attempt to talk her way out of the situation.
I just turned 80 years old. My husband is 85, and I'm very forgetful.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I mean, we've had children in here as young as 10 years old.
I know.
I don't really discriminate when it comes to shoplifting. People come in all shapes
But
and
I
sizes.
didn't do anything.
What do you mean? You pulled it out of your purse.
I didn't put it in there. It
Well,
might have fallen in there, but I didn't put it.
The beauty of
I
America.
did drop.
Listen. The beauty of America is that there will be your time in court. That time
Did we
is
find a
not
deal
now.
in there?
This is not a courtroom. No.
What are you looking for? Can you please tell me what you're looking for?
The driver's license.
Once the stolen items were returned to the store and necessary paperwork was filled out, the 80-year-old woman was transported to jail. Although her case is still awaiting resolution, the situation was further complicated by the fact that she already had 2 pending theft charges in another county, exacerbating her legal troubles. On a Monday evening around 8:30 p.m., a Shell gas station on the 8,900 block of Catella in Stanton was the scene of a robbery. The perpetrator walked in, headed to the refrigerated section to pick a soft drink, and then went to the cashier. It was then that he pulled out a weapon, starting the robbery. He demanded all the money to be put into a bag, emphasizing he wanted every bit of cash on hand. After getting an unspecified amount of money, he left the scene, marking another successful theft. The event was especially traumatic for one employee who was on his first day, leading him to quit after just a few hours on the job. However, the culprit was eventually apprehended. Since March 2018, the Garden of Eden bookstore has been hit by 3 armed robberies and 1 attempted robbery. It's thought that the same guy did 2 of these. In the robberies where things went according to plan, this guy would come in, point a weapon at the person working the counter, and demand cash. After getting the money, he'd take off. A woman, who seemed to be working with him, was caught on camera riding a beach cruiser bike towards where the guy was last seen running away, showing they were likely in on it together. In the most recent case, an attempt at robbing the place, the guy came in with his face covered, showed a weapon, and talked to the clerks a bit before leaving without taking any money. This time, though, things didn't end well for them, and the police caught both of them. On March 7th, 2024, around 3:19 p.m., Officer Dylan Archilla was dispatched in response to a report of shoplifting at the ShopRite located at 900 Madison Street. Approximately a minute after the call, at 3:20 p.m., Officer Archilla arrived at the ShopRite and proceeded directly to the store's loss prevention office and met with both the loss prevention officer and the alleged shoplifter, a 35-year-old individual named Jossie.
Why always in this hour? I mean, this is a joke at this point. Do you know I'm supposed to go home at 4? Everybody that does this does it in the 3 o'clock hour. I don't understand. Is it like a time thing for shoplifting?
She got a whole cart for the groceries that are paid.
She got what?
A whole cart of groceries that are paid.
Not again.
Yeah.
Why are you taking stuff you can't pay for? Look at it. Do you even know you're on camera? You just do it anyway? Why are you doing this? Obviously you have money, you're paying for some stuff, right?
Officer Archilla questioned Jossie about her intentions before formally placing her under arrest for shoplifting.
Put this back. Am I serious? What do you think happens from this?
Pay for all of that.
That's up to them.
Nope, too late.
Too late?
Too late for that.
You see, this is such a problem here that they have this gentleman here.
It's $230 of items that you didn't pay for. $230.
What did she pay for? How much?
What she paid for was
like more or less than $230.
I say maybe one something. Yeah, she didn't have I think the 200s.
Always in this hour.
What's up?
Stand up.
You gotta.
It's what wanna happen with my food before I buy it.
We're gonna, because that's what I wanted to do when I woke up this morning is haul your groceries in my police car. Turn around.
Then, she was transported to the Hoboken Police Department for further processing. At the police headquarters, Officer Shelby Seekendick conducted a more detailed search of Jossie. It was found that she had no outstanding warrants or previous criminal history. Eventually, she was charged with shoplifting under the statute 2C 2011B-2 and was released pending her court appearance. On Sunday, March 3rd, 2024, around 1:15 p.m., a deliberate attack was carried out on a Tesla parked in a garage located in the 70 block of W. Alexandrine in Midtown Detroit. Initially, the assailant shattered the car's rear window by hurling a brick at it. The suspect then made a second appearance at the location, this time equipped with an accelerant, which they poured inside the Tesla. Following the pouring of the accelerant, the suspect ignited the vehicle, committing arson. The Detroit Police Department is currently appealing to the public for assistance in identifying the individual responsible for this intentional act of arson. Around 5:35 p.m., a robbery occurred at a jewelry store on 12,032 Brookhurst Street in Garden Grove. 5 men in their 20s, all wearing dark clothes, masks, and gloves, stormed the store. 2 of them had weapons, and the other 3 carried pillowcases.
On July 26, 2012, at about 5:35 in the evening, our officers were dispatched to a robbery that had just occurred at a jewelry store at 12032 Brookhurst in the city of Garden Grove. When the officers arrived, they made contact with the store owner who told the officers that apparently 5 suspects had entered into the store, all described as male African Americans in their 20s, wearing dark clothing, masks, and gloves. 2 of the suspects were armed with handguns, and 3 of them were carrying pillowcases.
They forced customers and staff onto the ground and demanded money, using intimidation to quickly take control.
They enter into the store, they order the customers and the employees down to the ground, start demanding money.
The store owner, watching from the back, grabbed a weapon and fired 2 times through a small window towards the front, targeting the robbers. This caused them to panic and rush out, managing to take only a cell phone.
The store owner, who was in the back of the room, sees what's going on. She armed herself with a handgun and fired through a small window separating the back of the store from the front of the store at the suspects, causing them to panic, and then they flee the scene. The suspects were able to get away with just a cell phone. Nobody was injured in the incident. We were able to account for all the rounds fired. The store owner fired 2 rounds, and one of the suspects, as he was running out of the store, apparently fired 1 round into the ceiling, and we were able to locate all of those rounds and collect them as evidence.
Their escape car was found and recovered later, and 3 of the suspects were arrested. Around 7 p.m. on March 14th, a robbery took place at a Chevron gas station situated on a bustling street corner in Seal Beach. The assailant walked into the station, pulled out a weapon, and demanded money from the cashier. After securing the cash from the register, the perpetrator left the premises.
The subject went into a Chevron gas station, pulled out a hand, and robbed the cashier of cash from the cash till, at which point he left the gas station and left fleeing on a skateboard. We believe he left and got into possibly a blue Ford Focus. It was about 7 p.m. in the evening on a Monday, March 14th. You know, at this point, we have no idea if, in fact, this person is responsible for others. But this is another reason why we wanted to put this video out to both our law enforcement partners and our media partners to help identify the suspect, to see if he is indeed involved in other type of robbery.
In a distinctive twist, he made his getaway on a skateboard, an unconventional escape route for a crime of this nature.
You know, in a beach community, it's not that uncommon to flee on a bicycle or a skateboard. So it's really not that uncommon for our community. The skateboard in the video as well is pretty identifiable, so we're hoping somebody may be able to identify the skateboard as well.
However, his attempt at fleeing didn't take him far, as he was ultimately apprehended by the police. On the early morning of February 28, 2024, around 4 a.m., a robbery took place at the 7-Eleven on Route 9 in Old Bridge, New Jersey, where an armed individual targeted the store. Brandishing a weapon, the suspect declared his intention to rob the store. He attacked the store clerk during the robbery and then restrained the clerk's hands and feet with zip ties, leaving the employee unable to move or call for assistance. Later, the suspect chose to remove the zip ties from the clerk's legs, not out of mercy, but to force the clerk to help open the cash registers. After completing the robbery, the suspect escaped and remains at large, with law enforcement actively searching for him. 2 people headed straight for the beer section in a store, grabbed a few cases, and walked out right past the cashier. Before the cashier could do anything, they bolted. These troublemakers really need to get a job instead of pulling stunts like this. They've got to think over what they're doing with their lives. On October 21st, 2021, officers were tipped off about a possible shoplifting incident at TJ Maxx involving a known repeat offender believed to be planning to leave the store with unpaid merchandise. When officers arrived in the parking lot, they were informed that the suspect had just exited the store with a cart full of items without paying. Spotting a woman matching the suspect's description, the officers approached her, made contact, and subsequently took her into custody.
Franco with the police department. Put your hands behind your back. Are you 6-9 Central. I'm in custody. Central copy tag. Who is this person you're with?
This is my cousin. She was waiting for me. She didn't know I was going to steal.
Let me see some ID.
For what?
She's trying to get in your car with a basket full of stolen stuff.
Trying to get in my car.
Yes, she was. She said you're her cousin and you were waiting on her.
She didn't know I was going to steal though.
Central. I'm out with that vehicle. I just need another officer. Central's car is occupied times 3.
Oh, so they didn't know I was coming to steal first.
Well, that's fine. I didn't say I was going to charge them. They didn't go into the store, but I'm going to figure out who they are.
I did go in the store. I just told
Well, I'm saying you didn't steal nothing, right? No, I'm saying she stole all this stuff, so I'm going to see who you are.
The officer recognized the man as a suspect involved in several shoplifting incidents across the area, including within Athens-Clarke County. He then approached the man who was sitting in a car.
Hey, what's your name, man?
What my name is?
Yeah.
Can I ask you why you're asking me that?
Because you're in this car and this girl's about to put a felony amount of stuff in it. I'm just seeing who everybody is. I didn't say anybody did anything wrong.
I know. I'm saying I just want to know why. That's all.
Well, because this car's involved in a crime and I'm just identifying anybody.
Yeah, my name.
I know him. You're you got the same last name as her. All right. So you were just giving her a ride.
Yeah, they ain't gonna hire me now.
All right. Well, and you. I'm sorry, sir. What was it? I know her, I know him. What'd you say your name was?
My name.
Oh, okay. That's all I need. Does she have a phone in the car?
No.
Alright, I'll get you out of here in a minute.
The cart loaded with merchandise, which included clothing and bedding, was retrieved and returned to the store. The total value of the items taken was determined to be $524.64.
Do you want me to leave you guys be?
That's up to them. And you,
No, we don't need, I mean,
it's on video, so you're good.
you're gonna be the one, I mean, but yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
She'll be your witness.
Alright. Just let me get a name for the report. Alright, I'll talk to you outside the door for a second.
Definitely over 500, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Right at 5 1/4.
Ooh, right on the cusp. Do y'all include, like, y'all don't include, like, tax and stuff like that, just sale price, right? In case you're wondering if it's over 500, that's a felony. So, that's why I was asking.
She was taken to the CCSO and charged with felony shoplifting, then banned from TJ Maxx for 2 years. Additionally, she faced a $100 fee, was placed on probation for 5 years, served a 24-day confinement, and was released on a $5,700 surety bond. In Buena Park, 2 individuals targeted the mail and parcel store, with one of them wielding a weapon. They leaped over the counter and forced the store's sole owner to the floor, restraining him with the store's packaging tape. While one suspect secured the proprietor, the other ransacked the store, focusing on large postal items prepared for shipping. This bold robbery took place during a busy time, with the perpetrators acting aggressively, inflicting injury on the victim. They fled with around $500 in cash and a selection of packages. A man entered a store and intimidated the clerk by showing a weapon. He took the money and escaped from the scene. Fortunately, the clerk was not harmed and remained safe. The police were alerted and arrived after the man had left, but they were unable to locate him. On September 16, 2022, in Florida, police were called to a Family Dollar store for a shoplifting incident. A woman was reported to have opened a beer and other food items inside the store and started consuming them without any means to pay for them.
Not tonight.
My ex-mother will shoot my ass because I want to invite her to a birthday party tomorrow.
Okay. So, my question is, right now, they're calling in reference to you cracking open the beer and munching on all that stuff. Do you have intentions of paying for that? Yeah. Okay. While I'm here, real quick, so that way I don't hem you up for that, can you please pay for it while I'm here, and then we can talk about that outside? Where's your wallet?
In my van.
Okay. Leave the property here. Let's go out to your van.
I think I'm upset.
No. Van.
Yeah.
Initially, the management did not intend to press charges, but after the police arrived and the woman became aggressive, they opted to issue a trespass order against her.
You guys want to pursue charges for the...
Did she pay for it? Did she pay for it? Huh? No. Yeah, you can go ahead, because LP is going to be on me if that ain't taken care of.
All right. Rahala! So, he's wanting to press charges for the stuff that she...
If she ain't going to pay for it, LP is going to be on me.
So. Back in the store.
I got you.
Ma'am, out here, now. Out here. Come out here. Stand outside this store. I do not care.
You heard what he said. Get your ass up out of here. She's still I'm coming.
Go, now.
Jeez. I have to pee.
Go outside.
Following the incident, the officers took the woman to jail, where she was charged with battery on a law enforcement officer and shoplifting. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.